are back. We are black. Hey. What is going on? What is going on? Another Sunday, another day, another 10 cents. For all you that's out at the corporate plantation today, I'm going to send a special prayer to you. Hey. Yeah, you just listening to another song that's straight off this album, Bitch, Where Was You When I Needed You? This is an extended version, an EP album that's coming out next year, in the spring of next year. And yes, the title of the CD is called Bitch, Where Was You When I Needed You? Whoa, yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Start to clown that shit. Damn. Man, what is going on? What is going on? Man. I gotta say that a bunch of times. I know how it is. Give yourselves a hand. No, I'm fucking with y'all. But anyway, man, much props to anybody that's at the Court Plantation. Today. I know all about working. Oz knows all about it. You don't think I knows all about it? I knows all about it. Working on the weekends, slaving. I know how that shit can be. That's why I always start off, man. Shout out to motherfuckers that's working. That shit, especially you melanated. That shit is not fun. Trust me, motherfuckers. Then your family members be rubbing the shit in sometimes. Oh, you got to work on Saturday and Sunday? Oh, that's fucked up. And then they get to talking shit to you about shit. That's why I couldn't work there. And then these be the main niggas that ain't even got no job. Talking about where they can't work. Man, get the fuck out of here. But anyway, you got family members and friends that rub that shit in and shit. They at the house chilling, watching football and basketball, and letting you know and letting you know the score. Yeah, man. Lakers getting their asses kicked. Yeah, man. Shit, the Rams, man, they got their asses kicked. You like, I know, man. I got ESPN on my phone type shit. But anyway, man, I just thought I'd go into that, man, because I know how it is. That shit is not fun working on the weekend. The shit is not fun at all. So I thought I would talk about that. Before we even get started, man, again, go check out blackandnoble.com. I didn't have my CMOS shake today. I had one, I think it was yesterday or the day before. Them shits is bomb. I think I had one yesterday. And please use coconut milk or almond milk. Don't use no regular milk. Please don't use cow pus to mix it with your CMOS, because that's just not going to work. You're going to be shitting out the CMOS, and you're going to be peeing out your asshole. So if I was you, I wouldn't do that. Use almond milk or coconut milk. That's the best thing for you to use. But anyways, go check out blackandnoble.com. Again, blackandnoble.com. I always fuck with them. And go check out Freedom Paper Company. You want some toothpaste, you want some soap, real black soap, go get it from them instead of buying all the shit with the parabens and all the other shit that come with it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we gonna move on and get to something a little bit more exciting. Man, this weekend I was able to go check out this movie, 21 Bridges. Man, that was a very, very, very good movie. I hope I spelled that shit right. Shit, god damn. Nigga, read all these books but can't spell a goddamn thing. Let me see, hold on. Bridges. Let me see. Bridges. All right, let's make it show. Shit, I ain't perfect. But anyway, a very, very good movie. Very, very, very good movie. Chadwick Boseman, he acted his ass off. At first, I was like, in the beginning, I was like, okay, this is kind of suspect. Because, I'm Siskel and Ebert's clown ass. So I do this shit with the thumbs and shit. And like 2 thumbs, I nigga, within the first 5 minutes, I'd be like, all right, nigga. But it actually turned out to be a very, very good movie all the way through. They had that movie in the smallest goddamn theater. So it was a bunch of motherfuckers in there. But I guess, they might as well have had it in the big theater, but it didn't get as much promotion. Very, very good movie. Chadwick Boseman was already a good actor, but it's so crazy because everybody wants to, niggas be like, hey man, you gonna see that movie? What movie? The movie with T'Challa in it. No, nigga, his name is not T'Challa. His name is Chadwick Boseman. But anyways, it's a very good movie. I think it had Keith David in it. It had some other very, very good actors. Spoiler, if you ain't watched the movie or you want to go see it, you know, I hope I don't spoil it for you. I'm not going to tell you all the shit that happened in it, but I'm going to tell you some of the symbolisms behind it that I took up or ascertained or obtained in certain situations when, it's talking. There was just certain scenes where one white cop would say to him, "Oh, I got a dumper and a trigger." Instead of calling him a nigger, calling him a trigger, because, Chadwick Boseman's character, he's quick to shoot when he came across niggas that he felt like were armed and dangerous. And he was always going before the goddamn IA to be like having a little inquest to make sure his shootings were justified, which most police officers go through. But it was a very good movie. A lot of symbolisms behind that. Man, a lot of symbolisms that I saw. I like how they were putting it out there like, yeah, you kill a cop, we shutting it down and we gonna go hard for you. And it don't matter if you black or white, we going at your ass. And how they was able to just shut everything down and squish somebody out. But the whole reason, as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, they putting the NYPD Blue out there. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, wow, because motherfucking NYPD Blue is on some bullshit too. Of course. And I like how they kind of basically put it out there like, yeah, we're hiding behind the moniker of protecting and serving, but really protecting and serving their own interests. You know what I'm saying? I see that. And when I see it, I was just like, wow, I'm watching this shit. And people be like, oh, well, it's a movie, but there's a lot of symbolisms in movies. They gonna tell you half lies and half truths. And then they gonna mix it together and put in one big melting pot, and then it's up to you to decipher what's real and what's not. Now, everything about it wasn't real. There were certain scenes in there that definitely weren't real, but there were a lot of scenes in there that you could tell somebody was writing it from a very, very, very strategic standpoint and very realistic perspective. And it basically showed how corrupt police officers can be and how far they will go and how intertwined they are with the street. See, that's why, they go so hard on niggas and we're predatory and we're all this and, let's get these niggas off the street and let's do whatever. Let's get Eric Garner, let's get all these people. But behind closed doors, these motherfuckers are politicking, running drugs, money laundering. If you don't believe that, just go watch Ray Donovan. Go watch the first couple of seasons of Ray Donovan. It'll tell you all you need to know about the police departments all across the United States, the Fraternal Order of Police. It'll tell you about the mayors and congressmen and all these other motherfuckers that do all kinds of bogus shit. I'm telling you, the thing that I learned the most about it was my perspective. This is only my perspective. And watching that movie is we give too much we place too much responsibility of the dominant society to be the moral compasses and judgment of black people. That's what I've learned the most. Because they're the most corrupt, diabolical, scheming, shiesty, sinister motherfuckers on this planet in the United States of America. But we always want to give them the moral judgment and we always want to place integrity in them. I liked how they had old boy from Homecoming. If you got Amazon Prime, it's a melanated brother from Homecoming. I forgot what his name is. And very, 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 very good actor. And he did a good job. He did a good job, and what he did was embody a black melanated brother growing up in the streets. Had an older brother, didn't really have his parents around, kind of scared, but if he had to kill you, he will, that type of shit, and just got caught up in the wrong place in the wrong time. But he was able to expose NYPD Blue. Yes, he was able to expose them. You know what I mean? For all the crooked shit that they had going on. At the end, it was so funny how the white cop, the white motherfucker who be in all those farmers commercials. We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. That white motherfucker. He in there too, and he always play a bad guy anyway. He's good at that. That's probably who he is in real life anyway. And I feel like he was trying to explain, like they always, like a Bernie Madoff, like justify, like, oh, well, you know, the police, they risk their lives, and we try to protect this city, and we're the most hated, and, you know, they can barely afford to pay their bills, and they're losing their mortgages and all that. And you knew the job was dangerous when you took it, motherfucker. So don't be trying to justify. So let's justify it. So how many niggas that don't steal, kill, do bogus shit, and still lose their houses, do the redlining and gentrification, all this other shit, and then what's their excuse? What excuse do melanated people have when we lose our shit? Oh, that's right. You're niggers. You don't have an excuse. So go along to get along, nigger. Clown. That's exactly how they look at you. And that's a fact. I'm telling you, J.K. Simmons as Captain Matt McKenna, and his name is Stephen James. Stephen James, that brother's a pretty good actor. Yep, Keith David was in it too. He was good. He was kind of not soft showing, but he knew a lot of the bogus bullshit that was going on, and everybody was involved in it. But Chadwick Boseman, and this is the other symbolism that I got behind it. It correlates to so many things. Look at Felicity Huffman, Aunt Becky from Full House, the Full House auntie bitch. Now, y'all motherfuckers is sitting up there illegally paying to get your kids through school and take tests and all that, while black people are towing the line, you know, walking the straight and narrow. I'm going to work harder than everybody, and I'm going to do all this. And then we thinking, oh, well, the dominant society, they're so smart and they're so this. Like Bill Gates, oh, he's so smart. No, Bill Gates, look, let me tell you something about Bill Gates and everybody else. Bill Gates was allotted and granted the opportunity to be a genius because he didn't have the struggles of melanated people. He didn't have to worry about how bills were really going to get paid and all this. No, that's why he could be at the very top and give everybody those vaccines and not give a fuck. And pretend like he care about Africa and everybody else when really you're a part of Agenda 21 as well. You want to depopulate the situation, and you're a part of Margaret Sanger's plan to genetically annihilate black people as well as poor people. The only thing is, when white people figure out you're poor just like black people, and it's a class thing and not just a racist thing, when you figure out class-wise, ooh, you not one of them, then you're going to be like, oh, fuck this racist shit. Why am I calling them niggas and all this other shit? I need to be teaming up with them because the people at the top don't give a fuck. There's a movie called Snowpiercer. And if you go check that out, I've watched it about 3 or 4 times. It's a very good movie. It's with Octavia Spencer. It's with old boy that plays Captain America. Very, very good movie. And how they're in the back of the train, which means class-wise, all the niggas and white people are all poor and they're in the back of the train. And all these people live, it's just a train that goes around this track in this god-awful weather that's freezing. And if you get out there, you'll die. So you gotta stay on the train. And basically at the front, there's different aspects to the train. And when you get to different aspects of the train, it tells you different parts of life, basically. So there's one aspect of the train where the kids are being taught. Then there's another aspect of the train where motherfuckers is in jacuzzis, chilling, living a good life. Then at the back of the train, everybody got old raggedy cloths and shit. Look like they outside the Matrix. You know, pull the front because they realize this is some bullshit. They get to the part where the cafeteria on the train is cooking the food. They look in there and there's roaches and shit in the food that they're feeding the people at the back of the train. So when I watch 21 Bridges and I see that, I see Chadwick Boseman as most melanated brothers who think the system is corrupt, is I'm gonna get the bad guys and all that. But in actuality, you're working with the bad guys. They're all around you. They're stealing. You're the only one that's not corrupt. And you have to work twice as hard and be twice as smart as them. And they still gonna justify the fuckery that they do. And that's a motherfucking fact. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You know, I always say this every podcast. There's going to come a time when we going to learn, like, hey, they cheating. If you're not cheating, you're not winning. That's a fact. So don't think you're not. These dominant society motherfuckers have learned how to bend this matrix to their will. They already know everything is geared for them. That's why we got to stop holding ourselves accountable to their bar or template. Oh, well, that person is look at Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, they gave him $400,000 in the 80s. He don't never talk about that, and he's Caucasian in white America. So I don't hold my black people to the same template as them. It's their system. Just like I don't expect a Caucasian white boy to be in the NBA and dominate. Now there will be exceptions to the rule, the Larry Birds, the John Stocktons, the Detlef Shrimps, the Kurt Ramses, the motherfuckers, the Bill Lambiers, the motherfuckers that gonna play hard, okay. But I don't hold them to the same standard because they're not us. But it seems like in this society, they all push it together where, it's the same standard. And if you're not a part of the LGBTQ LMNOP XYZ and you're not taking up for them, it's like there's no room for you. Or they don't want to hear what you got to say. Or you're a male chauvinist, or you this and you that. There's a lot of ain't shit bitches out there that's finessing the game and trying to finesse situations to they like. Like I said, a lot of bitches bartering they pussies and auctioning them off. Let me get 55 for that pussy. Yeah. Let me get 45 for that pussy. Yeah. Let me get 75 for that pussy. 75 for that pussy. Yeah. So that's exactly what bitches is doing. And then they get mad when a nigga done paid $75 for that pussy hole, and then they done fucked and sucked and abused that pussy hole, and they be like, all right, bitch, now you going to go home. Then the bitch be like, oh, that nigga ain't shit. Why he ain't shit? Because that nigga stopped paying my phone bill. Or that nigga stopped paying. It's like, well, y'all niggas know how these niggas are. Don't overprice the value on your pussy, and don't underprice it, and niggas check the Carfax on them pussy holes. Like I said, if it got 100,000 miles on it, you might want to check the Carfax. They might have had a transmission drop and transmission flush and radiator flush and all this other bullshit going on. Now you got to look at that. And we got to look at how it relates to us. And the reason why I say that is because we want to do what everybody else do. We have to do things in decency and order. I'm not telling everybody not to go travel. Go get your passports, go travel. But in doing that, make sure we are very cognizant of what the fuck is going on. Because we got a couple that went to Mexico, got ill on a cruise, and had to be checked into a private hospital in Mexico. That is not your country. That's not where you come from. I'm pretty sure your job does not insure you out there. And the bill was motherfucking $15,000. Thank God for the brother Tyler Perry. More motherfuckers need to start doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? And we need to have traveler's insurance and know what the fuck is going on, because I'm telling you, motherfuckers just be traveling and not know what the fuck is going on. Then you get stuck somewhere and them motherfuckers at the hospital like, oh, well, nigga, you're not leaving until you pay the $15,000 bill. That's a fact. His name was Stephen or Steven Johnson. He was rushed to a private hospital in Progreso, Mexico over a week ago in critical condition after medics aboard a cruise ship diagnosed him with pancreatitis, diabetes, and a kidney infection that required dialysis. God damn. We got to start taking care of this. Hey, man, we got to start drinking alkaline water, or go get you some motherfucking spring water and put some lemons in it. Get you some sea moss from blackandnoble.com. Trying to tell motherfuckers, go get that shit. Don't just take the pill. Go get the real sea moss. Go on to Tahuti Ma'at Ra's goddamn page. Tahuti Ma'at Ra. Go on Google and just say Tahuti Ma'at Ra. It will bring his website up, and go patronize his business. We have a lot of melanated black healers, herbalists, natural herbalists, who have broken down the codes of the matrix on health for us. And we sitting up here not patronizing it. And then we got to be very cognizant of what are we eating. I'm not saying every now and then you can eat some pizza, eat some bullshit. But we can't eat that shit if you're eating hog maw, chitlins, and fatback every goddamn night, and pork chops. Nigga, you might as well first go sit on the toilet while you eat, because you're going to be peeing out of your asshole. Second of all, you might as well get some blood pressure pills, because your sodium and all your high blood pressure is going to be through the roof. That's a fact. Third, get your wheelchair, because you ain't going to be able to walk, because you're going to damn near be a walking stroke or walking heart attack because of all the shit that you eat. And then if you're going to eat the fuckery, get you some goddamn travel's insurance, so if you go somewhere, you ain't got to be worried about a lot of that bullshit. Or Be very, very careful where you going on these trips and know where the fuck you at. Thank God for that brother Tyler Perry, or your ass would have been washing dishes in that goddamn hospital. For real. And buffing floors like Martin. And calling the buffing boss. That's a fact. You know, it just things that I don't think we're very cognizant of, and we don't. Because you know what we worried about? We worried about Donald Trump getting impeached, all this bullshit, Elizabeth Warren and Joe Biden. If I hear, like I said, please don't come asking me no shit about, man, what you think about Joe Biden? The first thing I'm going to tell you is the 94 crime bill is what I think about Joe Biden. And then motherfuckers be like, man, that was a long time ago. I'm talking about right now. I am talking about right now. It's people still in jail about the 94 crime bill. So why the fuck would I be worried about Joe Biden? See, we worried about shit that don't matter, that you cannot change. Your vote does not count nationwide, but it does count locally. As in here in Las Vegas locally, they like, oh, guess what, y'all? While y'all jumping around for the Raiders Stadium, just in news, all the homeless, fuck them. They get arrested. Ain't no sleeping on the street. So pick their ass up and throw their asses in jail. Now everybody want to come out the woodworks talking about, oh, we can't do the homeless like this and all this other bullshit. It's like, wait, but hold on, no. Y'all the ones put these people in positions of power. Y'all voting for these motherfuckers and not holding them accountable. Black people, we vote for anybody that can do the stanky leg or do the Dougie or do anything that we can be, that is relatable to us. That's what we do. We vote for anybody that's relatable, and then the motherfuckers that ain't relatable, we don't fuck with them. And we talk shit about them like, oh, well, they don't even come to the hood. They come to the hood all they want. But if they not talking about things that in the hood that are necessary to make the hood better, then fuck them. Obama went to Doolittle Community Center, but has that area changed? No, it's more Latins over there. It's more Latinos over there, because they in full droves when it's time for a backpack giveaway. But anything else, you don't see those motherfuckers. They not gonna patronize your shit. They gonna take that money and that house that they living in on the west side, and they gonna go on North Las Vegas. They gonna go to North Las Vegas, specifically off of Charleston and Eastern, where all those Latino businesses are at. That's where they going and putting their money in. They're not patronizing no black business. Period. And Jackson Hewitt ain't black. And H.R. Bly ain't black. But where they go, they pop up all around the hood because they know niggas can't wait to tax time. And all we do is get the money right back to the system anyway. We don't do shit with it. What you mean when you don't do shit with it? Because we are not taught to do anything with it. We're not socialized to do anything with our money. That's why when I go watch movies, I'm looking at the symbols behind it. And symbology, man, that was cold. Chadwick Boseman, he's holding up the bloodstained banner and for justice and law and all this other shit. While these motherfucking white boys is like, nigga, we getting paid. And the niggas was getting paid with the white boy. And then the white boy at the end tried to justify that shit. That nigga was like, nah, fuck that. I got too many cops that are poor. They losing their houses. That's what he said. But nah. That motherfucker Chadwick Boseman was like, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I just look at some of the things and I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. You know what I mean? It's very like, it took the brother out of the country and you eating everything, you chilling, you drinking, you doing all that, and they like, oh, well, you got pancreatitis and all that shit. It's like, well, damn, nigga. I know what the nigga was doing, eating gluttony. That nigga was out there eating everything. I know that's what he was doing. Because that's what we do. Well, we about to enjoy it because we know when we come back, it's hard work and dedication. That's why. So we try to, any little getaway, we try to take it all in. If we could, we eat everything on the goddamn plate. And then we taking the shit home and we eating it later. We trying to eat everything. So when we get back to the States, we can be like, oh man, the food was bomb. And, the bitches was bomb and everything. And that's why niggas go out of the country try to fuck every bitch they see. That's a fact. Nigga don't be worried about the culture. Nigga be worried about that cultural pussy. That's a fact. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, man, we got to be very, very mindful. When you traveling out the country and you doing these things, understand what's going on. Because we talk a lot of shit about the United States. Well, melanated people do. Because we have the right to. But you're not going to be at it. Ain't no county hospitals in Mexico and Guadalajara and all these other places. They niggas going to be like, no, nigga, I want the cash money. Oh, well, we ain't got it. Oh, you ain't got no credit card? Okay, well, sounds like a personal problem. Looks like you be staying here and you be washing dishes and buffing floors. and calling the buffing boss when you're done type shit. Like on Martin. That's a fact. But I don't think we see it that way because we're under this interpretation like, oh, it's all good. Niggas always want to travel to Mexico. Okay, go do your thing. Go get your passport. Got mine. And no diss, but that's the most easiest thing people do, go to Mexico. Fine, you go do that. I'm trying to go see the pyramids. I want to go see what we're responsible for and where civilization started and why geometry, math, and all the liberal arts came from this. I ain't just trying to go to no motherfucking goddamn Mexico or no motherfucking New York or some shit like that. Ain't nothing wrong with going to New York and other places like that, but I would just say that traveling in the United States is probably a lot different from traveling outside the United States. You know what I mean? That's why everything relates. You got these cops in the movie 21 Bridges stealing, selling, doing all kinds of crooked shit so they can get ahead, right? While we towing the line and, you know, holding up the bloodstained banner and for justice and all this other shit. We expect them to be the moral compasses of us all because it is their system. But you gotta expect the opposite. As I'm reading In the Matter of Color, that book is cold, man. Just some of the shit that they was doing and all these laws and like how each colony, like right now I'm reading how in Pennsylvania, how they was like, they didn't have as many black people there, so their slave laws were a lot different. And there were a lot of people like the Quakers and, you know, people that were like anti-slavery and all this other shit. But they wasn't really abolishing slavery. They just was like, well, we can't really totally get rid of it because economically we're booming. That's the reason why we have the wealth that we have, because it's free labor. That's why they didn't totally get away with it. Even people that's holding up the bloodstained banner, oh, anti-slavery, all that, them the main motherfuckers that's like, oh, we totally can't get rid of it because free labor. Then they was talking about certain things in the book. It's a very good book. It's like I said, it's the book of Eli, but it's a very, very good book. And some of the shit you got to read twice is like, damn. And it's in certain parts of the book, it's took in the same documents that the secret relationship between Jews and blacks had. How they would put out these things in the newspaper about, oh, looking for said bed wench, nappy hair, rusty feet, you know, ashy lips, dark skinned, bummy clothes. That's how they would describe us. And if you was looking for a buck, woolly hair, nappy hair, dirty jeans, no shoes, and that's how they would describe us in the secret relationship between Jews and blacks. Same way, same shit. I just think that we gotta stop letting certain things divide us, and we gotta unite. Because when you watch 21 Bridges, go watch the movie. Even if I'm telling you, go watch it. When you watch the movie 21 Bridges, Chadwick Boseman was basically on his own. He didn't have nobody. Everybody was the enemy. Everybody was, black or white. And that's how it is when you delve into corporate America, or, you know, even in your own business or whatever. You gotta look at it. I was watching this thing on the news and how they were regurgitating the numbers back. The Dr. Claude Anderson numbers and the Antonio Moore numbers and shit. How they were like, oh, the housing market has went up, and, you know, the Asian community and white people have bounced back in the economy by 60% to buy their homes. The Latino community, 30%, and the black community, 20%. We always at the bottom, which goes to what I've been saying about generational wealth. We don't learn about generational wealth until we don't have it anymore. That's a fact. Once it's gone, we don't give a fuck about it until it's gone. And then once it's gone, oh Lord, what am I gonna do? Oh Lord, that bullshit. Because nobody is socializing us that. You better hold on to that property. You better hold on to whatever little money was left. I was watching Shameless. And basically this kid that was in 21 Bridges is also in Shameless. He's a black kid, but the rest of his family is white. But I guess his mom had a baby with a black dude, so he's black or whatever. And he's starting to grow up, and they're starting to write. The writers are starting to write in like, I want to know my history. I want to know who I am and where I come from. And, you know, his brother, who is white, was like, oh man, black people got it easy. You know, you affirmative action and you get jobs, you get loans, and then the little black boy, I forgot his name on Shameless. The little black boy is basically like, man, I can't even walk down the street with a hoodie on without getting shot or killed. What do you mean black people have it good? But I like the stance on it, how melanated people, you got to watch that show, because the white people on there, white fragility, deflect. Nobody has sat down with that black kid on that show and told him who he was and told him how racist are. Now, William H. Macy, the dad, the husband of Felicity Huffman, that dude drops jewels throughout the show. People just don't listen. He talks about black people and how they've been disenfranchised in the system. He talks about white privilege. He talks about all that. But he does it in such a sarcastic way, you might take offense if you're not educated. But if you start reading, like, damn, that motherfucker ain't lying. But that's why when I watch it, I always try to pull out some of the things. Like, I'm watching this show on Amazon called Feed. And then it's like how they got these chips that they put in people's brains where you can kind of like listen to your own music. Basically the same shit that Microsoft is trying to do. But motherfuckers was hacking into people's brains and listening to their personal thoughts and when they was having sex and all this other shit. That's what they gonna do. If they can put chips in dogs, they can put anything in a human being. That's a fact. And they've been putting chips in dogs for the last 25, 30 years. So imagine the technology that they can do to us. Just be mindful of what the fuck is going on. Understand that in this system of racism and white supremacy, you are a victim. You are a prisoner of war. It's not your system. Stop thinking that it is. But understand the social game rules that come along with it, and then you can bend the rules and you can bend the matrix to your liking. But first, you got to know that you are God, and it's hard, man. I'm struggling with it too. It's hard because sometimes I get down, I get out. You know, you be lightweight depressed when you're on the corporate plantation. Like, oh my God, I got to do this another 30 years. Because, you know, they got Social Security so sold up. I don't give a fuck about how many checks little statements they send you. If you keep working, you can get $2,000 a month. That bullshit, man. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, but you got to work till you're 70. So if you're in your 20s and you don't work a government job, put 50 years on that 20. Because that's how long you got to work. Unless you do the right thing with your money, take stock, flip it, do what you need to do. Maybe you don't have to do that, but I'm just telling you right now, the game is so sold up. That fractional reserve banking shit is so critical and cold and relentless. It's crucifying us, melanated brothers and sisters. That's why was last on the list. That's why as I see houses being sold, I don't see melanated people buying them for the most part. I see Latinos, Asians, and whites. I don't see niggas buying. You know why? Because the majority of the time, we trying to floss. We trying to buy Jordans, Dolce and Gabbana, and when you get the chance to talk to people about real estate and the significance and importance of it to melanated people, they look at you like you crazy. Oh, I don't want to buy no house. I don't want those responsibilities. It's a ripoff. It ain't the American dream. Yeah, you're right. It is the American seams. But you would much rather be an owner than a renter. I'm talking from my personal experience of being both. And you don't want to be a renter where when the economy goes up, they can basically bend the rent to their will and be like, well, I was only charging you $900 a month. Now I'm charging $1,200. Ooh, I can't afford that. Well, then we'll give you a 30-day because that's all about you going to get. Because that's what the fuck is going on out here in Vegas. Don't get it twisted. Motherfuckers think that's not what's going on, but that's what's going on. Rent is going for the all-time motherfucking high. That's a fact. Like I said, I was talking, I talk to people all the time, about certain things. And sometimes I ask people, well, what did you think you was going to get moving here? Because you moved at the wrong time in Las Vegas. And if you don't really know nobody, you don't think your flimsy degree, your European educational degree is going to get you somewhere, especially if you're melanated. It ain't getting you nowhere. Not if you don't know nobody. That's the problem. We think because we got the European education that we somehow, some way are better than the average black person. That's what makes us feel good. Well, as long as I'm better than that nigga, I'm cool. As long as I look better than that nigga to the white people, I'm cool. That's what we think. I can't tell you how many times I see people working at FedEx and UPS and all these different jobs, and I see my black brothers and I say what's up to them. Hey man, what's going on? What's popping? They chop it up, but then they be looking at me weird, like, why is this dude talking to me? Because that's what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to look at each other like enemies. We're allies. But there's a difference between an asset and a liability. And there's a lot of liabilities walking around here. I'll tell you this right now. I don't deal with people in my inner circle in that type of a dynamic, because not that I think I'm better than, but the way my mind works and the shit that I'm trying to do, I'm not trying to wait on people. Because the thing about black people that I've noticed is sometimes we don't value each other or each other's time. That's both. We just don't. We feel like we can be late. We feel like we can get back to them when we want. It ain't a big deal. We don't really want to work with each other. Everybody, this is the thing that I laugh at, because everybody is at the bottom, right? Everybody is at the bottom. Let's just take Instagram. First of all, you can buy Instagram followers. You can buy Twitter followers. You can buy likes. You can buy comments. You can buy all that. That shit is for sale. So none of that shit impresses me. But you know what does? Working together. That impresses me the most. So when I go on Instagram and I see the matrix unfold and the Hollywoodness in it, I just be like, this is insane. Because the majority of these people, they're lying. That's a fact. 99% of the shit on social media is not real. And you can't be like the celebrities and like the people that's grinding, because you don't know their story. And these people that's posting these pictures and all that, and they're successful in your eyes, you don't know how hard they had to work or what ass they had to lick and suck, and you don't know what they had to do, because that's not your struggle. That's not your path. What is your path, and what is the road to your destiny and what you're supposed to be doing? I think a lot of times we feel like somebody else's success, why ain't we getting that? Why is this shit not happening to me? Well, you got to have your own story to tell. That's why I've always been confident around people that have nice cars and clothes and shoes. I've been around people like that before. That shit don't bother me. I don't praise them. I acknowledge them and I give them props for the materials that they have accumulated, but I don't look at it that way, because those are materials. The knowledge isn't in the material. The knowledge is in you. The power is in you. You give the materials the power. It's not the opposite. That's why a lot of people that have all those materials, to me, they're empty inside. They lack substance. You know what I mean? That's why it's hard for me a lot of times to have conversations, real conversations with my people about jobs and everything, because they don't want to listen. We'll go to everybody else but our people. I've had that happen to me on several occasions. I've had people struggle financially. I've had people struggle. And I'm not saying I ain't struggled, but I've been in better positions than my niggas that's been around, and I try to give them advice. They don't want to hear that shit. That's why I'm not in the business of, I'm not Iyanla Van Zandt. I ain't fixing shit. Because you try to tell niggas, hey man, look, you need to do this. They don't listen to you. No, niggas is just trying to finesse the game. They trying to finesse the situation, because a lot of these niggas are lazy. And they got the same 24 hours in a day that we have, that you have, that this person has, that the next person has. They just be mad at one nigga because he chooses to operate on a higher vibration in his 24 hours than the next motherfucker do. I'm not saying there's not lazy times and all that, but damn, man, we fighting the system of white supremacy. We fighting each other. Other races are fighting us. How the fuck do you even survive? That's what I always notice. Like, damn, how do you even get past go and collect your $200 when you landed on Park Place, you landed on Boardwalk, you landed on all the red properties the whole time? So how does that even work? Let me tell you how it works. Because melanated people have to be individuals first and then people second. You can't be people first. You ain't gonna be able to feed yourself. Them motherfuckers will do whatever they can to finesse the situation and finesse the game. That's why I always use, man, I don't deal with a whole lot of people. Matter of fact, I don't deal with people like that at all. Now, I might deal with you like, hey man, what's going on, man? You want to chop it up every night? Okay, that's fine. But sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't in the mood for that shit. Because people are vampires of energy. And they will do an energy transference and dump all that negative bullshit on you. And now you fighting they battles. See, that's the thing that I learned about me, my family, and like we, a lot of my relatives, we want to fight everybody else's battles but our own. And I'm not putting nobody on blast, my family. I'm just using me. Like, we want to fight everybody else's battles. And then when it's time for your battle to be fought, crickets. That's what you hear. You know why that is? Because nobody gives a fuck about your sad story. And nobody cares. That's why Warren is the way he is. And he basically, I be by my motherfucking self. As far as trying to think of different ideas, concepts, just everything. Thinking outside the box, reading. I chop it up with a few people about books, but most people, they don't want to read shit. They want you to tell them about it. They don't want to go do the knowledge for themselves. They just, and then I feel like a lot of times we will only become knowledgeable when it's the style, the trend, or a fad. Just like wearing tight ass jeans on your ass, wearing Jordache jeans, or wearing Baby Gap jeans from the women's department. That's the end thing now. Everybody want to wear tight ass jeans and tight ass shirts and show, it's like, man, come on. And effeminize black men. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. Well, let's effeminize them so they can be, because you want to be European. That's not our culture. But you're being indoctrinated into that culture, and then the next generation coming up is like, oh, okay, and I get it. Each generation is different. Everybody changes. But that's why music is the same. That's why when you turn on music, it's all the same. Nothing is different. Because I feel like a lot of times we are asleep. We're not awake. We pretend like we're awake, but we're not. We're not awake. Everybody want to be a vegan all of a sudden. Everybody want to be, because it's a fad. Not because of health reasons, or like, man, let me tell you, I don't eat red meat because it will fuck me up and I will be on the toilet shitting out my goddamn intestines. That's why I don't eat red meat. I eat a little bit of fish, and that's pretty much all about it. Go read the How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. After reading that book and watching What the Hell, that was all I needed. Straight up. Just after watching that movie and watching Shameless, and that was another thing I watched on Shameless. If you don't know what Shameless is, it's on Showtime. It was taken from the UK, and then they made an American version of it. And the oldest sister, she invested in some property and woo-woo, but she got kind of fucked over. But basically, long story short, she ended up making $100,000 off of it. So when she got her $100,000, she left. She took $50,000 and she just left. She left $50,000 to her younger sister. And her younger sister's like doing whatever the fuck she want to do with the money. Now her younger sister, when she was struggling, everything was about money, bills, and all this other stuff, right? Now the whole time she's got $50,000. None of the other family members, have control of the $50,000 because it was rolled out to her. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. If you're not honorable with money and you playing bullshit games and doing backdoor deals and all that, you're not gonna win, man. And people ain't gonna respect you. Because eventually they're gonna be like, oh, that motherfucker do a backdoor deal. Because you know what we do? We do business like the Caucasians. Smile with each other, especially family members. Smile, laugh, and joke, and smile. Y'all know, boy, you funny, my nigga. And then be like, hey, man. Hey, Warren, man, so you got 100 racks? Shit, man, let me hold about 5 G's, man. You know what I'm saying? Woo, woo, I try to get back to you, woo, woo, woo. Hey, this between me and you, right? Yeah, okay, cool. And then when everybody else talking shit about Warren, you the main nigga defending him. But if anybody's smart, they like, oh, this nigga defending Warren, man, because this nigga Warren giving him money. But that's how the backdoor deals go. And it all starts with the hierarchy, which are the parents. Each one has to teach one. Parents, stop having this hierarchy. Well, this person is giving me, this sibling is giving me this versus my other daughter or son. Stop that shit. Stop that. That's you're finessing the game. That's all you're doing, working a finesse. That's a fact. And I feel like that's why families are not as strong as they are today as they were back then. Because it's too much finessing. Fuckery is at an all-time high. Motherfucking granddaddy or grandmama could leave you 50 grand and now everybody want 10,000 out of it. And, motherfuckers could leave you the house. Oh, let's sell it. Motherfuckers don't want to keep their generational wealth. This shit blows my mind. I know, because I don't have generational wealth. See, I'm not a generational wealth kid. See, that's why I can speak from a real experience. That's why when I read Think Like a Millionaire by Dr. Boyce Watkins, it was relatable. When I read The Wealth Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, very relatable. When I read Black Labor, White Wealth and Powernomics, it hit home. And it hurt my feelings because I was like, damn, everything that Dr. Claude Anderson is talking about in here is the opposite of what my family did. No generational wealth, no passing down of property, no nothing. And the thing about it is when you have people inside of your family or your close circle that are miserable and evil on the inside, how could they ever want the rest of the family to be happy on the outside as well as the inside? Why would they want that energy, period? No, they want fuckery. They want treachery. They want defeat. They want catastrophic bullshit, messiness. They want to sow discord. That's what they like because that empowers them. Everybody got those people in their family. My close relatives, they know. You talk to them, they'll tell you that nigga Warren ain't lying. That's a fact. Motherfuckers will break up the family and act like, ooh, did I do that? Like Steve Urkel, knowing what the fuck they did and playing dumb the whole goddamn time. And you look at it and you be like, wow. And then we have those type of in different families across the United States where we want to be the Egyptians and we want to take the money to the grave and not build generational wealth for the generation coming behind you. That's what distinguishes us differently and differentiates us from the Jewish community. They don't do that. The Jewish community does not operate that way. I know. I was in a hip hop group with a Jew, and his family did not operate like that at the fuck all. They supported anything he did, and they was always there, and they didn't give a fuck what it was. They didn't care. They gonna support no matter what. That's a fact. We don't have that. Look at the family. Look at the melanated black families across the United States of America. Matter of fact, just look at the ones that are around you. Look at your family members. How many family members do you have that are in a position of generational wealth that they can do things to help out the next generation and they just hold on to it? How many people are around you that can do that or that you know of? I'm not saying pay your bills. I'm not saying give all the money. I'm saying set up an economic blueprint plan for the next generation where they can have real estate and they can have some GoFundMe money. How many relatives are doing that? I'm talking about whether you black or white. Now, melanated, I know a lot of melanated people ain't doing that because I don't see a lot of melanated people owning homes, especially in Las Vegas. It's not a whole lot of us that own homes. That's why when you tell a dominant society person that you own one, they be shocked. You own a home? Wow. Man, I got that for so long. Still get it. Wow. You own a home? How long have you been there? Wow. That's impressive. And then basically with the translation, wow, this nigger's not dumb at all. He knows about generational wealth. Exactly. That's why it's important to watch, the moves that Tyler Perry is making. Watch the moves that Spike. Watch the moves that these people are making. Watch these moves. You may not agree with all of Tyler Perry's films and all that, but the motherfucker's a solid nigga outside of the movies. He paid all those people layaway at Walmart, like over $300,000 worth of shit at Walmart. Helping these people with their $15,000 bill. That's a lot of goddamn money to be in the hospital. These are just things that could make us better. But we got to start reading, man. We got to start knowing about black labor, white wealth. I was watching this show, The Housewife Bitches. The bitch that went to jail because she was signing those documents and her husband is an illegal immigrant. And they deported his motherfucking ass back to Italy. Well, her brother was making some speech. See, I watched this shit because I pull out symbolisms in it. You're like, oh, I pull out symbolisms. The first thing he said, because he building houses and flipping them, the shit that's been going on for years, right? Now, the Italian brother says, if it wasn't for my dad and, him coming to this country with nothing. And see, he wouldn't be allowed to say that around me. Because the first thing I would say was, your dad came to this country with nothing and was able to build wealth for y'all because of the backs of black labor. We built the country. That's why every immigrant that's over here is allotted a county check, food stamps, Section 8 housing. All these amenities that they get is because of black people. And I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. We built the country. You better go read in A Matter of Color. You know how many chapters I've read where they're like, yeah, they didn't really want slavery, but slavery economically was better for the colony, and it was free and cheap, and black people could withstand the more harsh conditions. You know, and then if you read Medical Apartheid by Harriet Washington, it teaches you in that book all the harsh conditions that we was going through and beating while everybody was dying. It was getting yellow fever or some shit, but the niggas wasn't getting that shit. Niggas was still out there. My Lord, 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 that shit. And all the white people like, oh my God, why are these niggas not getting sick? That shit. So don't think that they wasn't on to something. Like, I think it's in their skin. But the whole time they working us to death. So all you immigrants, and I don't give a fuck who get mad, go get a book that begs to differ. Because yeah, there were white indentured servants too. There were white slaves too. But by far, they didn't deal with the harsh conditions that black people dealt with. Because in 1705, Bacon's Rebellion, the race was created, the white race was created, which segregated them from us. Facts. Thanks to Nathaniel Bacon. So you got to understand what it is. I don't know everything. I never claim to know everything. That's why the podcast is called No, I Don't Know. But the things that I do know, I'm going to tell you. And for certain, we built this country. That's a fact. So when I hear a motherfucker be like, oh, my dad came here with nothing, and he should leave with nothing because he didn't build anything. Oh, Warren, that's fucked up. You would say that. I can't go to no other country and live off their resources and build wealth and flip it and talk shit about those people that built the country. They would hang me on a cross, nail me to that motherfucker, and put 72 fucking thorns in my head. And tar and feather me if I did that. That's a fact. I cannot go to no other country, live off their resources that they built, get into a position of power and wealth, and then talk shit about the people who built the country. That's not happening. I can't go to Italy and do that. I can't go to Sicily and do that. That's not happening there. Moulignon, get the fuck out of here. That's what's going to happen. But only here they can come here, talk shit about niggas, and cause eggplants and moulignons and moolies and all this other bullshit, right? Which don't bother me. And then look down on us from a standpoint of condescension, like they built the country and then built their wealth. You're stepping on the heads of black labor, people, and I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't care. Read White Fragility. Go read that book. And then you'll be done doing that. All they're gonna do is deflect and talk about other shit and bring up, Obama or some bullshit, Michael Jordan or some shit, some motherfucker that's supposed to be the template for everybody else. To make them, ain't that crazy? We built the country. They say we're lazy, and then we gotta go out of our way to make them comfortable around us. When they have pillaged, raped, robbed, gentrified, redlined, they've done everything to us to lock and box us out of the wealth. But we gotta go out of our way to make them feel comfortable. You know why? Because they know what they've done. I don't give a fuck what Joe Biden said talking about. Well, that I can't make up for what my grandfathers, our great-great-grandfathers did. But you're benefiting from what your great-great-grandfathers did. So why does everybody want to erase that? I don't give a fuck if you want to put Harriet Tubman on a dollar bill. That don't mean shit to me. Oh, you want to put it on a dollar because the dollar getting ready to crash ain't going to be worth shit. So now you want to... Look, let me tell you something. When they do something for niggas, know this shit about to change. Facts. So the day we do get reparations, y'all better start looking around like, oh shit, they really about to give it to us? Uh-oh. That means they're going to be like, yeah, give those niggas that money because we're not using that shit no more. We're using digital currency now. Ain't no more dollars. Period. Then they going to give you all the money you want. You're going to have so much money you ain't going to know what to do with it. It's a fact. Hey, man. Look, I tell people all the time, man. When they want to get into, arguments or Donald Trump and all, I'll be laughing at that. Like, man, why you laughing? Because that doesn't bother me. Trump being in office does not bother me one way or another. You're like, why, man? Because, nigga, these people are not in office for you. They're in office for their people. So stop thinking that they're in office for you. Stop thinking that Obama cares about you. Obama was a goddamn puppet. And he was a mascot for the Democratic Party. They don't give a fuck about you. Michelle Obama, Sasha Molina, them niggas don't give a flying fuck about you. Period. Y'all can think that it's relatable, but it ain't. Let me tell you how it's relatable. It's relatable in the effects of why he ain't saying shit about racism and white supremacy. You ain't the president no more, so why don't you come out and be like, you know what? This system of racism and white supremacy is real. I've experienced it, but no, you don't ever say shit. That's because there's probably so many laws, rules, and regulations, and you'd be held in contempt, not even contempt. They'd probably throw your ass in prison. You'd be committing espionage if you start doing shit like that. I already know so many laws and procedures and things that he probably had to sign so he could even be president. So, to each his own. I'm just saying this. Educate yourself. When you go to these movies, watch what the fuck is going on. Watch it. See what it is. See how it is. See what is going on. Look at the symbolisms behind things. Everything that's in the movie is meant to be there. So see why. I notice a lot of movies, they always playing hip-hop at the beginning. You know what I mean? To draw a motherfucker in. That type of shit. And then you look at Black Hollywood, and we too busy fighting and fussing each other. We put the Grammys and Oscars over every award show. But I don't blame them. Why, Warren? Because shit, a BT award ain't nothing but a goddamn Viacom award. A BET award is an MTV award. It's the same shit. It's just more white people watch MTV than they watch BET. They watch BET to figure out what the fuck we into, like Popeye's Chicken. That's why we keep giving Popeye's Chicken all this free advertisement. And all Popeye's Chicken is doing is laughing. And the stock investors are laughing all the way to the bank. And why niggas is killing themselves. Because niggas think that fat meat ain't greasy. But that's what go ahead. You can think that. Fat meat also give you diabetes and high blood pressure and hypertension too, nigga. So go ahead and keep doing that shit. But anyway, man, go check out the movie 21 Bridges. Very, very good movie. Chadwick Boseman, to me, he did a great job. All the actors were superb. They had a very, very good premise. Very, very good movie. You know what I'm saying? Very, very good movie. I didn't think it was going to be, but after watching it, I just like how they put the NYPD Blue on blast. They put them motherfuckers on blast. Corrupt, crooked motherfuckers. Because I know that's what they do. They some dirty, rotten scoundrel ass Bernie Madoff people. Motherfuckers want to, Bernie Madoff took all those people money. He ain't the only one robbing motherfuckers. Martha Stewart was doing that. Look what Martha Stewart did. She got ousted from the stock community and the cookbook community. And what she do? What did she go to? She went to the black community. Let me team up with Snoop. So I get some street credibility and people will like me again because I'm around this nigga. But that ain't going to be for long. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Give it a year or so. Once she builds her credibility with her people again, she'll be back to being on one of them QVC commercials and making cookbooks and shit like Paula Deen. Paula Deen had a plantation-style goddamn banquet. Calling everybody niggas and shit. And then when them motherfuckers put that bitch on blast, that bitch was like, I would never do that. I love black folk. I love them niggers. Love black folk. Bitch, what? But anyway, that's what it is, man. Love, live life. Get bullshit motherfuckers away from you. Every day I put my bullshit repellent on. And I every day mentally I have to tell myself, I don't want no bullshit motherfuckers around me. Period. Don't call me, don't text me. I don't want to deal with that bullshit at all. But anyway, this is a No I Don't Know TV series. No, I did not say that Jesus was coming back, but I hope he did come back for all y'all that was hooping and shouting. And, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of bitches fucking last night and then bringing testimony service today and teaching Sunday school class. You goddamn tramps. I know that's what you're doing. I know about y'all. I know what bitches do. I remember it was a bitch at the church I went to that was fucking my brother and then teaching a damn Sunday school class the next day. Yeah, you damn right. I put the shit on by. I put the shit out there, nigga. And you damn right. I'm like my cousin. RIP to my cousin Eddie. That nigga was like, damn, she might as well let me fuck. If she let my cousin fuck, I'm putting my bid in. I should have fucked too, bitch. Up there fucking my brother and then teaching Sunday school and then testifying and shit about God's goodness and all this other bullshit. Man, I would be sitting there with my cousin scratching my head and I'd be like, "One, what's wrong with you?" I'd be like, "This bitch just got done fucking my brother." And she up here testifying. This bitch is testifying. You know how many bitches is like that at church? But anyway, sorry to jump off the tangent. I just had a flashback. I'm still mad about that shit. Bitch owed me some pussy. But anyway, hey man, it's been great, good. Watch this, listen to this when you at the Court Plantation, man. It's the best time to listen to it. Don't listen to it while you're at home. Listen to it when you're at the Court Plantation, man. Best time to listen to it. But anyway, this is No I Don't Know TV series. I appreciate everybody listening and subscribing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, recommend this to anybody that you know is on the same type of vibe. If not, because everybody using vibe now. You know, if they're not on this type of vibration, fuck it. But if they are, hey, man, send them this page. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing again. Much power, respect to you. I'll get at y'all when I get at y'all on Tuesday. I'm out. Peace.